What's up, guys? This is Holland with the Wolverine.com, and we are back with another Michigan recruiting report. We're going to be talking about my time on the road. I was out in Dallas and New Orleans for the OT7 and Battle New Orleans events. I saw several top Michigan targets. We're going to be talking about them here in a bit. Before we do, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, get notifications every time we drop new videos, and also subscribe to the Wolverine.com today. Use the promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months over at thewolverine.com. Michigan has several 5 stars coming to campus. Spring football is here. So for intel on how the team is looking, what recruits are saying, head over to thewolverine.com. Use that promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months. All right, guys, like I said, I was on the road over the weekend, 2 major events, had a chance to see several top Michigan targets. We're going to start off with 5-star quarterback Ryder Lyons. Ryder Lyons is the top of the board target at the quarterback position for Michigan this cycle. And I mean, just a really, really fun player to watch. I enjoyed, just keeping an eye on Lyons throughout the weekend. He is a guy that has a little bit of a thicker build at 6'2", 205, but extremely athletic. The escapability, the ability to create around the pocket, the ability to throw on the move, those are all elite. The arm talent is elite. He can chuck the ball down the field. There's a lot to like about Ryder Lyons' ceiling. He's a very exciting player. I love exciting quarterbacks. You had one in J.J. McCarthy who could just keep plays alive, extend plays, be a threat with his legs. And that's Ryder Lyons. But I think where Ryder's a little different from J.J. is J.J. was more decisive and accurate, short to intermediate. I think Ryder still has to polish that up a little bit. But, in terms of just a high ceiling, I think Ryder Lyons is the clear top guy on Michigan's quarterback board. And there is a reason they are treating him as a top priority in terms of his recruitment. I think Michigan's in the top 5 right now, but I still think they have some work to do. He hasn't been to campus yet. He will be in Ann Arbor for his first visit on April 12th. I think Chip Lindsey and Sharon Moore have done a really nice job of recruiting him over the last couple of months. He is a mission kid, so technically he's a 2027. He'll be going on an 18-month mission as part of the LDS church. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's actually a good situation for Ryder just because he would come in behind Bryce Underwood. When Underwood's a junior, he would be a freshman. He would need time to get, acclimated to things after coming back from a mission, and he'd have an opportunity to learn from an older Underwood. So, yeah, I mean, I think the situation's perfect for Lyons. I think Michigan's doing a really nice job in this recruitment, but again, still a little bit of work to do. All right, let's move on to our next recruit, and we're going to be talking about another 5-star, and that's Tristan Keys, 5-star wide receiver out of Mississippi, left Michigan out of his top 12 this winter. Now Michigan is set to get a visit on April 5th, the number 1 wide receiver in the country. When you look at Tristan Keys, I mean, he has a really impressive build at 6'2.5", 185 pounds, does a lot of great things, just a great all-around wide receiver, has the catch radius, does a great job of catching the ball away from his body, pretty good route runner as well, elite athleticism, a guy who high points the ball well, can be a mismatch on the outside, be a big red zone threat, be a bigger body coming over the middle, but also pretty quick, pretty fast for his size, not a true burner, but a guy that can certainly stretch the field vertically if asked to. Can win a lot of one-on-one battles with just, again, the size, the athleticism. So there's a lot to like about Tristan Keys. Again, he's the number 1 wide receiver in the nation for a reason. The SEC schools definitely have a lot of buzz. When you look at the major contenders, you see Alabama, you see Tennessee, but I don't think that really matters right now. Michigan wasn't a big-time contender for Ty Haywood at this point last cycle. And they're already further along in the Keys recruitment than they were with Haywood. I mean, Haywood didn't even visit until after signing day. Tristan Keys already getting on campus for a spring visit. So as long as Michigan is aggressive with NIL and continues to adapt their philosophy with elite wide receivers, then Michigan should be a contender in this recruitment. All right, let's stick at the wide receiver position. So I saw the number one 2026 wide receiver in the country. I also saw the number one 2027 wide receiver in the country, and that's Dakota Grant out of the great state of Michigan, plays at Harper Woods. And Dakota was one of the more impressive wide receivers at OT7. Now, as much as I praised Tristan Keys, Dakota was more productive at the tournament. I think he really flashed his elite skill set. He's 6'1", 190, might be a little taller than that, but it has a really good build, really thick in his upper half, thick in his lower half, and he's just a 27, but he looks like he could be a part of the 26 class. And he looked like he belonged at the OT7 tournament. Again, he was a top performer. He was a mismatch on the outside. He's a guy that I think you can even put in the slot, and he can create really tactical route runners, strong hands, checks a lot of boxes. Michigan needs to make it a priority to keep him at home. You have Ohio State banging on his door. They're really making a strong impression. Michigan has the ties here. He's part of an excellent class in the state of Michigan in 2027, and he's arguably the most talented guy in Michigan's own backyard. He has strong connections to the program. He grew up around his cousin Jacob Oden, who obviously plays at Michigan. His head coach Rod Oden at Harper Woods is a former Michigan fullback. He knows Bryce Underwood, grew up around him as well. So I think that Michigan has to fend off Ohio State, but they could very well land the nation's number one wide receiver in 2027. All right, let's flip to the defensive side of the ball and talk about Haven Finney, who actually just reclassified from the 2027 class to the 2026 recruiting class. He's still one of the elite cornerbacks in the country. He's out of California, but has some ties to Michigan. Actually, a big reason that Finney landed a Michigan offer is because he works with former Wolverine David Long. So I think that tie is definitely going to help. He is set to make an unofficial visit to Michigan this spring. I think if that goes well, the Wolverines will lock him up for a summer official visit. I really liked what I saw from Finney. He was one of On3's top performers. He has a really lanky build, needs to add some weight to his frame, but really, freaky length, man. Just super, super long kid. Very patient, great feet, great technique on the outside, can just take away his side of the field. A true corner that fits what Michigan usually looks for at the position. I think, there are a lot of big time suitors, and we'll know a lot more about where Michigan stands following his spring visit. All right, let's stick in the secondary and talk about our last target, and that is Salisi Moa, top 100 athlete out of Utah, was actually on the same team as Ryder Lyons. So, if Michigan gets Ryder Lyons, maybe that helps with Moa. He's listed as an athlete. He plays both ways, wide receiver and defensive back. Michigan likes him on the defensive side of the ball as more of a safety. I think he can be a true safety or a nickel. I actually liked him more on the defensive side of the ball as well. He is set to make an official visit to Michigan in June. The Wolverines just offered him during the winter contact period, so they're quickly, building up some steam in this recruitment. Michigan State actually considered the favorite here because they landed his older brother out of the transfer portal. But if Moa makes his own decision, then Michigan should be a contender moving forward. All right, guys. So that wraps up 5 key recruits I saw on the road over the weekend. For even more from my travels, head over to thewolverine.com. Use that promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months. Get exclusive insider information on everything Michigan recruiting. And also like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free. Get notifications every time we drop new videos.